Previously, we looked at seedlings and we saw how they can be grown from putting soil in a bag, irrigating, and putting your tea branch until it grows into a seedling. After growing into a seedling, it is again taken into the farm where it becomes tea bush. And so, in this episode, we will be heading to Kebikebe Tea Estate, one of the largest tea estates in our country, Kenya. And it is estimated to produce around 15,000 tons of tea annually. And so, without any further ado, let's get at it. After our distant and very long journey into Kebikebe Tea Factory, into Kebikebe Tea Plantation Tea Estate, we were invited in by a very huge plantation. Our means of transport was a motorcycle, and so we had to endure some shaking and breakage here and there. But from the video you can see the plantation is quite huge. So one of the things we noticed in this farm is that the tea is faced by pests and diseases, and they are treated by use of drones, whereby these drones are very huge drones fitted with tanks and spray below them, whereby they have the ability to spray the whole plantation in a matter of seconds. Reason being, if you are to employ human laborers to spray the pesticide on your farm and kill the diseases, it was going to be quite a very tiresome work. So yeah, and hence an individual is tasked with spraying a plantation using a drone, whereby he may cover at least 5 kilometers before another individual takes over and continues, since also technology tends to make people weary on not on your arms, on your nini, but it makes you weary on your eyes. You become fatigued on your brain. And so yeah, so within this plantation we found out that there are residents living within the plantations, and these houses are many, more than 1,000 houses. These houses are occupied by people who are initially laborers at this farm, but as at the moment, with the number of people employed is very few due to the introduction of machinery into the farms. So the houses above, a few are occupied, others are not occupied. Like you can see, very many are not occupied, and this is due to the change of things, whereby people had to migrate from living here, not having jobs, and so you tend to go where you can find a job. Apart from the houses, hospital in there, and this hospital, we had a chat with one of the people who worked there in his early years, and he told us that the hospital used to treat both people working at the farm and those not within the farm. And those in the farm, those who are laborers, had the cover whereby they were being treated free of charge. Whereas those who are not workers would be charged a little penny for treatment. And so yeah, that was the only benefit, I guess. And there's also, we noticed there was also a hotel where you'll find it. A very huge hotel, with heavy security. But now since it is deserted, very few people are living in this locality. You find that there is no businesses running around here. The only security features keeping it safe from theft and so on. As I told you, due to the introduction of machinery into these farms, most people lost their jobs. We've seen people who used to pluck the tea and throw them into their baskets on their back before they carry them into the buying center and later sell them. And now the same factories have come to a point whereby they can they can easily access machines, and they buy machines, huge tractors like you can see above. These tractors are used to pluck tea on this plantation. And the funny thing is, when a human does the work, it is very, very perfect. Like when I'm plucking 2 leaves in the bud, it really is 2 leaves in the bud, meaning the yield of tea will be of high value. But after the machines have cut, this is what we got to see. It only cuts. You find even where there are 2 leaves in the bud, it has cut halfway, half of the leaf and half of the bud, meaning the tea is not being utilized fully. And so when it needs to grow into new buds, it will need to first rot the badly cut leaf before it can regenerate into a better leaf for plucking. Yeah, so these are the machines. They are sort of looking like tractors.
We are in Kebikebe.
Kebikebe.
We are in
Kebikebe.
tea factory, tea estate.
In Nyamira County, Kenya.
And we not only have tea, we have maize, we have sorghum, we have
grafted avocados,
yeah,
which are quite expensive and delicious apparently.
Shocked me. Inside here, we have a very exquisite hotel, and next to it is a hospital, and residents live in here in this estate. So yeah.
So what has shocked you about the two?
The two is because when I entered the estate, you only see tea. You don't see anything else, but along the way, like this is a very long distance from the entry point, and you find a hospital hidden in here. I wonder if they pay taxes. Anyway, Ruto, we have here another estate where tea is being processed. I don't know if they are paying taxes. Zakayo loves taxes.
Well, something I heard about the hospital actually, anyone who works in this tea factory, their insurance is covered. So anytime you get sick, as far as you're a worker here, you just go to the hospital, seek medical help, free of charge, which is
and
actually...
what if I'm sick and I do not work in this estate?
Okay, well,
Am I neglected to die?
No. It's a hospital, so obviously they don't want anyone to die, but you'll have to pay a little amount of money. But if you work here, all your health expenses are paid for.
Does the government now, how do they get their vaccines?
Well, actually it's a privately owned tea factory, and the owners are not Kenyans. So the owners, it's actually a group of people. They're the ones who cater for everything. So they ensure that any worker who is here, they have sufficient electricity, water, the health, everything is just sorted for them.
Yeah. Means of transport here is a motorbike, and it's more affordable. The reason is the roads here are maram and muddy at some places. So if you will own a car, the best car you can own is a 4x4 Land Cruiser. Because my guy, with your Vitz, you're not surviving. With your Uber type vehicles, you're not going anywhere. But anyway, it's a long place. These are acres and acres of land. Like if you view from, I don't know if you can see that place. If I decide to walk from here up to the other end where tea is seen, it will take me like maybe 2 hours, because it's a valley. I go downwards, then I have to climb upwards. So anyway, so guys, remember to subscribe. Kindly subscribe. You don't need to view everything, but we are trying to educate the youth, so you can view, share, like, comment. You can also DM us if you see anything good and where you need us to be. So yeah.